Let's look at sound and music this time. Let's look at the actual content itself this time and make sure that there's no gaps or space. And so it's coats of paint and that exposure over time and looking at it when you start early in the morning. And the second time you look at it, it's after lunch. And the third time you look at it in your bad mood. And the fourth time you look at it, you just talk to your wife about this other thing. And that's top of mind. And so you look at it through these different frames and you get away. It's like sanding down the rough edges and you just keep getting at it and you put different level grade sandpaper so it gets finer and smoother and smoother. But that only happens with exposure over time and lots of licks. And so you make the money in the edit, you make the money in the distillation, not in the creation. And so stop focusing on the hacks and put all your effort into the repeated bouts and bursts and going over with the sandpaper and the second coat and the third coat and the fourth coat of paint. That is how you can escape mediocrity. And that's what everyone who's mediocre is unwilling to do. They think that the moment they put the last period on their document that they finished writing a book, when really they just put 80,000 words into a document that no one's ever going to read. And you can teach quality to people by teaching the process that begets quality. So if you say the first thing we do is we have a wireframe and every wireframe has to have a hook, a story, a list or steps for an outcome, and then a conclusion that meets these standards, that's the wireframe. Have we done that? Checkbox 1. Checkbox 2, we record the whole thing, we fill in the gaps. Great. Checkbox 3, we look for transitions. Checkbox 4, we look for... And so then they can follow your step for creating quality. And most people just never document what they do, which is why every time they have to reinvent the wheel, and they have to reinvent the wheel for every new person who comes into their company, which is why it's so taxing when you're small to bring people on because you feel you have no training, you have no systems. But if you can document these things for yourself, which A, by the way, will make you better, B, it also make it easier for you to bring new people in so you can ultimately replace yourself and keep the quality where you want it to be.